I really need a very honest answer here tonight. How many of you really have your minds on Advent? It's really difficult, isn't it? When we're in full-blown Christmas season right now, if you go to the mall, if you watch the TV, or whatever you're doing, it's very difficult to call everybody and focus them on Advent. Now, the preaching, we try. We can say, well, I'm going to preach about waiting. I'm going to preach about anticipation. I'm going to preach about preparation. And we can all say, yes, we're going to wait. We're going to prepare. We're going to anticipate. And yet, isn't there something about our faith that says Christ has already come? We've already had our first Christmas. And we're told God is with us, Emmanuel. So, for myself, sometimes I find it very difficult to celebrate Advent because I have to stop singing. I can't sing Christmas carols where I really would like to sing them. We have to sing other songs. We have to hold off on singing our Christmas carols. We have to do that for 4 weeks. And then we come to about December 25th, and by December 26th, Christmas is all over. So then I thought about, well, what should I do? Should I just really kind of push Advent aside and say, well, we're just going to start celebrating Christmas? And we would have said, oh, come all ye faithful tonight, which would have surprised maybe some of you, but maybe not many because we're not in that Advent line. So maybe what we need to do is we need to reorient our understanding of Advent. Or we need to re-emphasize and listen carefully to what Jesus said in the gospel. He said, for all of us, we are supposed to be awake. Be awake. Now, maybe another way of saying that is to be present. And we know that Christ is present to us. But sometimes we're not present to Christ. Christ is present to us, we're not present to Christ. God is present to us, but we're not present to God. And so maybe our Advent this year needs to be able to say and listen to the words of Isaiah today, Lord, we pray that you tear open the heavens and you come down and you allow your presence to be known to us and to be recognized by us. And so for Advent, we should be celebrating the presence of Christ within our life. Now, if we're not doing that, then what we need to be able to do is we need to be able to say, Lord, we need to be able to see you now. Help us to be awake. Help us to be aware of your presence in this world. And if we were aware of your presence in this world, our relationships would be different now. The meaning of the present would be different now. So we wouldn't be waiting for some future. We wouldn't be preparing for some future. We wouldn't be anticipating for some future. We would be welcoming the Christ present right now. And then Christmas would be the celebration that we have recognized that presence and that we live in that presence and that we are a Christian people who celebrate life to the fullest and that we bring life to others in the fullest possible way. So when we're talking about Advent, I can try to convince you as much as possible that this is the Advent season, but I really believe that we need to see it in that new way. We need to see it in that way that will allow us to be the light during these 4 weeks for the darkness that often accompanies our world. And as I mentioned, I think it was on Wednesday night, we need to be the eyes of Christ. Seeing the world in darkness, being able to see through that darkness, and helping all of those families, helping all of those who are in need. We need to be the ears of Christ, listening to the cries of the poor and the hungry and the destitute, those who are alone and those who are lost. And then we also need to be able to be the hands of Christ, reaching out and touching those who need the compassion and the mercy of God. And when we do that, then we make Christ present. Not something that we're waiting for and waiting for and waiting for, but someone who is present to us and loves us so much. And if we can recognize that love of Christ for us, and if we can recognize that forgiveness of Christ in our own life, then just imagine what a tremendous presence and what a tremendous present Christ would be